What's up, YouTube? This is Eldridge Bell with another edition of Letterist Sports Show. And today, this episode is dedicated to all the Broncos fans out there because, my God in heaven, did they not put on a clinic yesterday against the Green Bay Packers, where everybody was saying Aaron Rodgers is going to destroy the Broncos, and they were favorites in Denver. So give credit to Gary Kubiak's staff and having them ready to play. I want to give full credit to Peyton Manning, though, because I was one of the few people who said, you know what, give Peyton Manning a break. He shouldn't be passing as much as he has been, but let's give him a kind of a break because he's gone through 4 neck surgeries and he's gone through a new offense, which is kind of a new territory for him because for most of his career he's been in the same offense, going back to his days in Indianapolis. And there have been a lot of people say, oh, well, Tom Brady is 10 times better. And I'm like, no, Tom Brady is not 10 times better. Tom Brady's been in the same offense. He hasn't had the same kind of injuries, excluding the ACL that he had against the Chiefs several years ago. That's really the only significant injury that he's had. He hasn't had 3 or 4 neck surgeries that were supposed to end his career like Peyton Manning. So let's give Peyton Manning his due because I felt that Peyton Manning is a great quarterback and will still be a great quarterback. He just has to get acclimated to his whole his new offense that Gary Kubiak has installed. Now, one thing that's remained constant is the passing defense and the overall defense for the Denver Broncos. I mean, they have put on a show. Now, nobody, I don't care what anybody says, nobody thought that the Denver Broncos were going to be able to stifle the Packers and Aaron Rodgers to 77 yards passing. It's one thing to do that for rushing, but when you have one of the game's greatest quarterbacks stifled to the tune of 77 yards passing, that is something special in terms of this defense. And one thing I've always argued, even though I'm a Raiders fan, as you can see, Raiders fan. One thing I've always argued, Peyton Manning has never had the defense that Tom Brady has had throughout his career. Tom Brady has had a slew of Hall of Fame players. He's had Ty Law. He's had Lawyer Malloy. He's had Willie McGinnis. He's had Teddy Bruschi and a slew of other players. Oh, Vince Wilfork to help him throughout his entire career. So, or for most of his career, not his entire career, but for most of his career. Peyton Manning, conversely, has had Dwight Freeney, Mathis, and he's had Bob Sanders. Actually, when he had those 3 players when they won the Super Bowl in 2000, I want to say 2007. Don't quote me on that year, but that doesn't compare to all the players I just mentioned for the Patriots. So this is the year that Peyton Manning has the opportunity to win a Super Bowl where he has a complete team. He has great receivers. He has a great defense. Now, if Peyton Manning can continue to be what he was yesterday against the Packers, where he threw for 340 yards, and he has a running game where C.J. Anderson has 101 yards, 1 touchdown, and Ronnie Hillman has 2 touchdowns. If he can get that kind of production out of his run game, and he get that kind of production out of his wide receivers and Demaryius Thomas, where he had 168 yards, then yes, they can probably go to the Super Bowl. But if Peyton Manning has to carry this team, where he has to go, like I don't just mean for 1 or 2 games, I mean for like the rest of the season. If he has to carry this team, this team's not going to go far. But this team is probably the most complete team that Peyton Manning has had in his entire career, and I say that with his even when he was winning MVPs in Indianapolis, because those teams were lopsided in terms of offense because they had Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark, Edgerrin James, and Reggie Wayne. But who was on the defense really? Besides the players I mentioned earlier in the video, Robert Mathis, Dwight Freeney, and Bob Sanders. outside of that, who did you guys really have? Who did the Colts really have? So this is the best team that Peyton Manning's been on. Kudos to Wade Phillips for coming up with a great plan to stifle the Green Bay Packers. Now, where I thought switching rails to what the Green Bay Packers did wrong in this game. The Green Bay offense has been notorious for getting long patterns for their wide receivers. James Jones has been a touchdown machine. He's averaging 20 yards per reception. But the problem with that is when you have kind of a subpar to mediocre offensive line, that plays into the favor of the Denver Broncos because you have DeMarcus Ware, you have I can't remember his name right now. Oh my God, I can't remember. Von Miller, excuse me. I can't believe I forgot his name. Von Miller coming off the edges, and then you have Brandon Marshall, Trevathan, the linebackers who are just like super fast on the edges. It's hard to get those long developing routes. So Aaron Rodgers didn't have time to throw those long patterns that they usually are known for. And you saw that you saw what the Denver Broncos were able to make of Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers looked a lot like Tom Brady against the New York Giants when they were going in the Super Bowl. He didn't look comfortable. He didn't set his feet. He missed a lot of throws that normally Aaron Rodgers makes, but he missed those throws, and that's what happens when you get constant pressure on a quarterback. They get twitchy feet, and the mechanics go out the window, and that's something that we haven't heard really from Aaron Rodgers, because normally he's the quintessential quarterback. He's like, oh my God, here we go, boom, got him. But we don't have time, and you get hit a lot. All that goes out the window, and all of a sudden you start hearing footsteps. So kudos to the Denver Broncos. They had a great game plan, and Peyton Manning was helped with a great offensive. He was helped with a complete offense, because C.J. Anderson had a good game. Like I said earlier, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. Ronnie Hillman had 2 touchdowns, and Peyton Manning threw for 340 yards. He didn't have to throw the ball excessively in terms of 30 attempts or 40 attempts. He was in his wheelhouse, I thought, in terms of this offense. And one thing that has to be harped on. It's a new offense for Peyton Manning for the first time, probably since his junior year in Tennessee. So give him credit for sticking with the offense, and the bye week was very helpful for him. He seems more comfortable. He seems more decisive. Yes, he threw a pick, but for the most part, he was very dominant in this game, and the overall offense and defense were dominant in this game. So if Peyton Manning can keep up that kind of stability in this new offense, and the Denver Broncos defense can stay healthy and be that kind of dominant, can establish that kind of dominance, my God, this team can go to the Super Bowl. Now, as we all know, the NFL is kind of nebulous in terms of health, and any given Sunday, a team can win or lose. So, with that said, though, Peyton Manning, kudos to you. Everyone's jumping back on your bandwagon saying, oh my God, you're one of the best quarterbacks in the league, which I was saying from the get-go. I don't think he should have retired or retire, because he has. There's one thing that doesn't dissipate with time, and that is football IQ. And Peyton Manning has football IQ. So as soon as he gets more comfortable in this offense, my God, it's going to be scary for the entire league. And I'm saying that being a Raiders fan, like I said before. But it's going to be a good year for the AFC West between the Raiders and the Broncos, and it's going to be I can't wait to see the matchup between the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos later in the season. So that's my analysis of what happened Sunday night against the Green Bay Packers, how they stifled Aaron Rodgers to 77 yards passing, which is absurd. And let me know what you Denver Broncos fans think. Do you think this is Peyton Manning turning the corner and becoming maybe an MVP candidate, building off of this one performance, or do you think this is an aberration where Peyton Manning just had a good game and the running game had a good game for once, and this is going to be one game and it's going to be a flash in the pan? So let me know. Please feel free to leave comments and or suggestions. Thank you for watching my show, Let It Rip Sports Show, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let It Rip Sports Show. Thanks again for watching.